Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this is your daily Go Getimism number 518 for March 4th, 2016. Alright, tonight we want to talk about the telephone, the cell phone versus social media. Now, you're probably wondering, like, wait, how can you compare the cell phone, or should I say the telephone, to social media? Alright, well, both devices are used to communicate, and they both have a history, and they kind of have a history of its own, even though, you know, for a lot of people they still involve the same thing. For example, all right, a telephone number. When somebody used to have your telephone number back in the day, that was a big deal. I never forget, you know, you was a young boy, and you first start learning how to rap to girls, how to talk to girls, how to, you know, get the attention of the opposite sex. And one of the things that was most important was getting a girl's phone number. So whatever you had to do in order to get a girl's phone number, it was a big deal, because that was the beginning stages of you really getting a chance to know her. Because if she gave you a phone number, that means that she didn't mind you contacting her. So that meant that you had a clear green light to try to get to know her. And if you could get to know her, then there was a good chance that she really, really liked you, and that y'all could get started going towards a relationship. So getting a phone number was a big deal. It really was. You didn't give everybody your phone number. Only select people had your phone number. As a matter of fact, if somebody called you who you didn't give your number to, there could be a problem, because that meant that somebody else gave somebody your phone number. You felt some kind of way about that. Nowadays, okay, well, anyway, that's how it went back in the day when you talk about the telephone. There weren't any other modes of being able to get in contact with a person, besides the telephone. So it was a tool that you really had to pay homage and respect to, because most relationships of today that have lasted for more than 3 decades definitely have the telephone to thank for that. So we didn't reserve the option to not want to talk. We put a lot of our stock into, you know, the telephone and being able to verbally communicate. Now you look at the cell phone. Cell phones were an extension of the home phone. So they were essentially the same thing. They were more expensive. They were kind of for people who had a couple of dollars, you know, because the cell phones were expensive when they first came out, and they were kind of exclusive to certain people. You know, you didn't necessarily have to be rich in order to have a cell phone, but you definitely had to be disciplined not to run over your minutes, because you used to have to pay by the minute. And, you know, that could get really, really expensive. So back in the day, we remember people having phone bills, cell phone bills, $500, $600, $1,000. So many people lost cell phones because of that. I mean, that also happened with long distance and on home phones also. Now, you look at social media. Now, social media is a way for people to get to know each other without ever having their phone number. And if you look at like for example, social media services like Tango, Skype, and even Facebook, you can actually call a person and video chat, or just verbally call a person, and you don't need their telephone number, because these applications and these sites have their own internal telephone number service. So if you subscribe to their services, you automatically give them a right to have people who are on your friends list be able to contact you. Now, with cell phones going into social media, you have the ability to block people. You have the ability to filter your calls. You have the ability to reject calls, request that people only text you, request that your calls be forwarded right to voicemail. There's so many things you can do technologically wise, that even if a person doesn't have your phone number anymore, they don't need your phone number. They can still get in contact with you. So the question becomes, what's more important? Knowing somebody on social media and getting to meet them that way, because or somebody having your personal phone number. Now, a lot of people say that if you have somebody's personal phone number, then you're definitely going to get to know them better, because they're going to be able to show you things and reveal things to you that they wouldn't show the rest of the world through social media. That all depends on how much you deal with social media, because some people will show the world everything about them, but people who are close to them, they keep themselves kind of guarded. It's a little weird. It really is. You know, people show their bodies on social media, show their tits, private parts, and all that kind of stuff, and they don't do that in real life, or should I say in their personal life. So people take chances on social media that they wouldn't necessarily take in their personal lives. So it's hard to say, but it's just so funny how we went from, the telephone number, making sure that people didn't call us too late in the evening because our parents would get on us about that, we could get in trouble, to, man, I don't care if 500,000 people had my phone number. Doesn't matter. Only 400,999 of them will be able to contact me, because that's the way I have my phone set up. And you can do it like that. It's amazing. What a time we live in. And sometimes it's for the good, and sometimes it's not. It's for the not so good. Sometimes a little freedom and a little bit of too much length on the leash can take us to places where we probably shouldn't have gone. But hey, we're here. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And just think about that for a minute. What is the best way for a person to get in touch with you, or for a person to be able to get to know you? Is social media better for you, or is it the old traditional telephone number? And when we start talking about the old traditional telephone number, are we talking about the house phone, which is almost irrelevant in many people's lives, or are we talking about the cell phone? And that's that. The Mind Right and Body Better Fitness Program is tomorrow, the 5th of the month, March 5th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the McVeigh Recreation Center, 400 East Ontario Street, right there on the corner of Ontario and D Street. Come on out tomorrow. It's never too late to get yourself together, build that body, learn how to eat better, learn how to feel better, improve your life, improve your existence all around. We getting to the point right now, we can't ignore our health anymore, and we really need to start getting serious. And one of the places that it gets most serious is the Mind Right and Body Better Fitness Program. We do exercise, baby, and we learn how to eat better, and we learn how to improve our lives. We learn how to think better. We learn how to pass this type of lifestyle and this will to live onto our loved ones. What's better than that? Hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow for the Mind Right and Body Better Fitness Program, and I'll holler back.